and opportunities were great in the US for me to stay back. And my parents actually came and visited me and saw the lifestyle I had built and asked me, "Are you sure you want to give this all up and move back to India?" And therein.
So what was your lifestyle back then, matlab, and this is which year you're talking about?
Was able to work hard and achieve some success early enough. I think at 23, I had my first Mercedes that I was driving in San Francisco.
Amazing.
It doesn't get better than that.
Better than that, yeah.
At
least for our parents, it wouldn't get better than. I mean,
yeah. So now, my family and my wife even say this now. You probably do things too fast and get done, and then I kind of say, been there, done that, right? So I don't drive a Mercedes anymore. Those fancy cars don't attract me anymore because I did it very early on. But yes, walking away from that lifestyle and making a choice to move back to India in 2009-10 and saying, India mein fintech karte hain, India mein startup karte hain, right? And therein was again another big
experiment leap of faith, or a leap of faith,
right? Yeah. Because now imagine coming back to India in 2009-10.
Just post that depression, the financial depression.
Nobody in India had heard of the word startup, right? It was such a small ecosystem.
Yeah.
There were a bunch of angel investors, 4-5 large VC funds, and that's how small the startup ecosystem was.
And Flipkart was the only known, I think, probably. Flipkart.
Not even known yet.
Yeah, not even known. Probably
it was still very early days, right?
Just
Imagine
selling 2009,
10, yeah.
Yeah.
And such a small ecosystem, and usme again coming back and talking about saying I want to do something in fintech, payments and financing, and people are like, "Arey, ye kya hota hai?" Right?
And you were 24 that time.
No, not that young. I came back when I was, I think, 27, 28.
Okay, in 2010.
2010. And then began another journey of then being an early team member and building and scaling one of the first payments and fintech company in the called ItsCash.
Yeah.
And therein came another set of learning that emerging markets like India, right, which are still very nascent and are still developing, things take a lot longer, right? So there I had seen examples in the US and startups setting up and scaling and exiting in 3 years or 4 years. Wasn't really the case in India. It takes far longer. You have to.
You don't get exit even after 10 years.
You have to really, like they say, burn it out, run the rubber on the road and scale. And so therein went, literally being able to see a journey like ItsCash and ITZCash and scaling that venture all the way up to 2017-18. And it does take a decade to truly build a strong, scalable, resilient business. And especially in financial services, which has a lot of other factors like regulations compliances that have to be followed. Yeah. And I think, again, a great learning, a great humbling of sorts, that it takes far much more longer to build it and build it the right way, right? And so yes, it's
Again, I think that comes to your your personality or your nature, where you don't want to stick to that something which has already grown or something. You want to again probably start building something new, take it as a new challenge, heads on, and try to build it from the scratch.
Yeah,
take it to a good level where you feel okay. मैं यहाँ से मतलब I have been associated with this from the birth of that that company.
Yeah. So call it a strength or a curse, right? That I'll enjoy being a category creator. Doesn't come easy when you're building a new category, when you're building something innovative. It takes a lot more resilience, grit, and that's where you have to be deeply rooted with the passion to want to solve it, right? But it comes from this explorer nature. It comes from this adventure nature. through all of this while you're building companies, I think I never let go of being that explorer and adventure while building businesses as well. So here I am building its cash in India again, one of the first fintechs, never heard of. But personally, I made sure that I kept that explorer and the adventure in me. So, even through this professional journey, building and scaling, personally, I continued to jump off mountains as a certified paraglider.
Oh, wow.
I also am a certified scuba diver. And,
Amazing.
making sure that, being one with nature, letting all these activities that push the envelope a little bit.